adding and formatting text is going to be a huge part of your slides in Google Slides. And there's really two options. There's text boxes and there's word art. So I'm going to go through each of these and then kind of show you the difference between the two. So first off, text boxes. They appear like this. To add a text box, you just come right up here to this text box button. Okay, and then you'll draw a new text box, and that's where your text will appear. So if I type in this box, and then once I hit the end of the box, that's when my text moves down to the next line. Now to format within your text box, you just click on your text box, and you can choose to basically, one thing I want to show you. So if I click away, look, notice what's the options that are up here in my toolbar. Then if I click here, basically everything that appears, those are all things that are going to apply to my text box when I select it. So all of these options, like the fill color, that applies to the text box as a whole, not just to the text. If you're wanting to change the text color, you need to come over here and select the text color here. Okay, so those are just a few of the options that you have when you're formatting. Here, we'll change this back to black. There we go. Okay. One other thing that I noticed that's a little bit tricky about this, if you add a border in, because you can add a border to the text box depending on what you're doing, it may look kind of nice. But to remove that border, I found is a little challenging because you can change the width of the border. Okay, so it's bigger or smaller, but you can't make it 0, and there's no option to have no border here. So you need to come up to this border color and change it to transparent. That's how you remove the border. You can format the text within the border. So if I highlight everything, I can choose how it's spaced. So I can do double spacing. Oh, notice it will expand past the border of the text box if needed, but I would always try to make sure it fits within the text box. So adjust your text box. That way, if there's any formatting that applies to the box itself, it catches everything within it. Also, you can adjust the alignment. So you can choose to have it centered within the box and maybe centered both vertically or horizontally. That's what those alignment options are. Notice I can select specific elements within a box. So in this case, I just moved borders right here to the left instead of moving everything. So you could choose to just, maybe if I want to just move these two over to the left. Okay. So you can edit individual elements within the text box. That's the basics of how the text box works. The only other thing I wanted to show you was word art. So if you come up to insert right here and then come down here to word art, it's right here. It tells you to enter the word that you want. Okay, so we're just going to just do word art, and it will give you the box. Now, Google Sheets will treat this as an object instead of text, and the text will still be in there, but you have to double click and change it in this box. Okay, and because it's viewed, it's a little different than a text box, because, for example, if I come up here and change the background, notice it actually changes the inside of my text, and I can change my border here. Change that to green, and if I change my border width, it's adjusting the border of the text, not of the box. Okay, so it's kind of cool. You can rotate it, but you can't distort it. So you can't like make it you can't make it thinner or wider on one end or the other. So you can change the font. If you come into here and just click on it and then select a different font, it will change the font for you. But it's a little bit limited compared to maybe Microsoft Word and what they can do with their word art. But that's the basics of how to use text in Google Slides. Hi, thanks for watching another Web Tools video and supporting our channel. After the video, if you still have a question about something we talked about, be sure to leave a comment or hit us up on our channel. And of course, if you're interested in learning how you can use your browser to its full potential, don't forget to subscribe below.